Hello, this is Dean and welcome to today's video. Today's video deals with replacement of the license plate lamps that shine on your license plate at night. Let me show you how I replace the incandescent light bulbs with new LED bulbs that make it brighter and last longer. So let's get after it. Today's project includes replacement of the license plate lamps on our 2011 Mercedes E350. This is body style W212. We were alerted to the need to replace these lamps by a warning light on our console. These are the LEDs we'll be using to replace the standard lamps with. Tools necessary will be these nylon pry bars, dielectric grease, needle nose pliers, eyeglass screwdrivers, and of course your gloves. This is the location of the lamps. They are not accessible from the outside, rather we will have to remove the trunk liner to access these lamps. Shown here are some of the clips that will need to be removed. These are the four in the rear. In addition, there are clips for the center left that are recessed, and this one on the center right. This valence panel in the rear has three clips, one on each end and one in the center. And of course there is an arm cover on either side with a recessed clip at the top, and these three strap clips, two that are visible here and one on the underside of the trunk. Let's begin by showing you how to remove one of the clips that I've actually already removed in advance. The idea is to get our nylon pry bar underneath it and pry it out. Oh, if it were only this easy. Let me show you in double time just how difficult it was to remove one of the easier ones to access. Now the idea is to remove each of these clips in the same manner. I'll show you here the four at the back that have been removed. Then we turn to our valence panel. Here's the three valence clips once again that will have to come out, and we use our eyeglass screwdrivers to get around the edge of the clip and work it outward so that we can pop these out. Here's a shot of all three clips after having been removed. One of the more difficult clips to access is this one that was recessed. So we used our eyeglass screwdrivers once again, went all around the edge to pry it up just a little bit, then used our nylon pry bar that had the hook on it to get underneath the lip and pry these out. Once that is removed, we turn our attention to the three straps. Now you take your eyeglass screwdrivers on the back side of this strap, which has an opening in it, and prise it counterclockwise. Let me show you. This is the way it looks when it's pried open. Once again, I'll give you a close-up. Once it's bent back, you can see the location you want to put your eyeglass screwdriver and pry it open. This is the last strap underneath the trunk lid itself. And there it is, pried open. Once those three straps are pried open and the clip has been removed, you can easily just remove the cover. Same thing for the left side. The clip has been removed, the three straps popped open, and the cover removed. Now I didn't have a tool that I could access these center clips in the conventional manner. So I put my hand up under the liner as close to the back side of the clip as I could and begin to prise downward. And you see here it just popped right off. Once those two have been removed, turn our attention to the valence panel. It has four metal clips. You can get our nylon pry bar behind this. There's two of them. Three, and on the fourth you'll see me put my forearm up to support the valence panel because I don't want it to fall and damage the wiring underneath for this courtesy light. We're just going to press down on the clip here to remove this particular clip from the light. That leaves us with the liner itself, which goes around these stops on either side. Once you take that down, all that's left is to remove the actual trunk light connector. And once again, it has a press clip. You'll see me here with my fingernail, just press it down and pull it right out. That leaves your liner free to remove and set it aside. Now with our handy GoPro camera, I can go deep into the trunk and show you the exact location of the lamps. Here's the one on the right side of the vehicle. What I'm going to do is put my hand here, turn it counterclockwise, and pull it right out. We're going to drape it downwards as we put on our gloves. We don't want to touch these bulbs with our fingers, especially these LEDs. You don't want the oil and the acids from your fingers to get on the LEDs, because it is said it will shorten the life. Take some dielectric grease and apply to the contacts on our new LED lamps as we remove our old one. And you want to put this grease on both sides. Turn it over and apply it to both sides on the back of it as well. And then insert the LED back into the same slot the old bulb was removed from. Push it in good and tight. And it's a good idea at this point to test it, so I'm just turning on my parking lights. On and off. Functional. And we want to put that one right back in place. Slide it back into the receptacle. Let it seat really well. Right there, and then turn it clockwise. You will feel it click when it's properly seated. Take our GoPro, move right across and show you the location of the other lamp. Once again, this is just a matter of turning it counterclockwise to remove it. Let it drape downwards until you remove the old incandescent bulb. And basically repeat the process. Apply the dielectric grease. Here I speed up the action just a little bit. Insert it into the receptacle, and before you go any further, test it. And then once again, we're going to screw this one back into its receptacle, clockwise. Now we're ready to put our liner back in the trunk. So it's reverse order at this point. We want to take and hook up our trunk light, which just plugs right back into the receptacle. You should feel this click. As I hold it in place, I put it back around the stops on either side. And this holds it in place long enough to apply the valence panel with the clips. So we want to plug in the courtesy light that we unplugged earlier. Hold the valence panel up as you align the 4 clips behind it. And once I get it aligned, you'll see me just take my fist and simply pop it right back in place at all 4 locations. There's 1, 2, I look on the end to properly align it, 3 there, and 4. Now this holds the liner steady enough to where you can press the back up against the trunk and begin to reapply the clips. So here's our 4 clips going in. And these are in no particular order. Here are the 2 that was so difficult to get to in the center left and the center right. And of course, the 3 clips that formerly came out of our valence panel are now reapplied. Had that shot blocked just a little bit, so let me show you where those were located. 1, 2, and 3. Now it's a matter of reapplying these arm covers. You want to repeat the same process for either side, so we put this back in place. Make sure at the top that it goes underneath the carpeted section of the liner. You see me do that there. I'll put the clip back in on the outside and then wrap the straps around and just press them in place. Here's the one for the center. Here's the one for the top. And a little bit better shot here of the one at the bottom. And this project is actually complete. Here's a shot of it in the daylight and then at night.
Thank you for viewing today's video. And don't forget, if you like what you saw, please click on my face icon in the upper right portion of the screen at the end of this video, and we'll see you next time. Today we're going to replace the lamps in my license plate. I realized this was one of more thanking, but I know that you can do this if you want, not if you want. But just follow the icon, which is a face of my head. Thank you for tuning in. Leave some comments in the comments section. Maybe I'll get around. No. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe icon. Just follow the step-by-step instructions. I'll probably cut that out. I keep getting lost in what I want to say next.